We are live. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we got to work on your timing on that, man.
Oh, messed that one up real bad.
Hey, first time with the intro music, man. It's
first time with the intro, but we back. We should just start over. We ain't got no viewers yet. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kickback presents the Memphis Postgame show. I am Jamal, that is Mace, and we are here to break down tonight's February 3rd Memphis Tigers basketball game. The Tigers beat the UCF Knights 75-61. Second time they've played in 3 days. And just like the first game, I didn't watch it because I didn't have ESPN Plus. So I am going to lean on my boy Mace, the partner, to give us the recap on this. Mace, handle it, brother.
And that's on me, man. You told me before the last game you didn't have it, and I didn't send you my login. I sent it by the end of this game, so I apologize for that. I got to do better. I mean, it's for the best of the show that you watch the game, right? So what am I thinking?
I appreciate you taking that, but it's all me. I mean, I could have the $5 that I was going to give to somebody today. I could pay for the ESPN Plus.
Well, I mean, if you give that $5 away, you might not be able to make your bets for the show too. So
right, good point. That's a great point.
Yeah, I don't want the wife mad at you, so nah, I'm here to share my password. But anyways, good game from the Tigers, but I mean, 75-61, so a win is good. But bro, it was ugly as hell. UCF shot 4 of 23 from downtown. The Tigers shot 3 for 13. And if you're not great at math, that's 17.4% to 23.1%. The Tigers did shoot 50% from the field, led by Landers Nolly once again. I mean, really stepping up as this team's leader. He finished with like 20 points tonight. Or I got it right here. 19. How many? 18. Yeah, he missed the free throw to get 19. 6 of 12 from the field. And, I mean, really, he was the only one scoring. Boogie had 9. Good to see him get started early. He had 6 quick ones. And then our boy DJ had 11 points. But overall, not the dominating performance we saw in the last matchup with UCF. And I think that's basically just because, I mean, it's hard to dominate a team by 30 points 2 times in a row. Right. And, I mean, the guys just weren't as focused. You saw more of those mental errors, just stepping out of bounds, throwing bad lobs, little things like that, traveling before you dribble to go to the rack. You see that all the time. So, overall, not the best performance. I'd probably say the worst of the last 5 games since that Wichita State game. The worst performance, even though they won by 14. I was just the attention to detail and letting that team hang around. I don't think it should have happened like that.
Well, I was keeping up with the game online and through tweets, and I saw Mark Giannotto, one of the beat writers for the Tigers, write about Alo throwing lobs. And how he just throws. Alo's been throwing bad lobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how it is. So,
well, I mean, to be fair, when you've thrown them to James Wiseman for 3 years,
you know what? That's right.
You can throw that thing wherever, and he's going to throw it down. But I mean, it's been 2 years now or a full year without him, so no excuse. And it's more so the timing. Just unnecessary at the time, especially late in the game when you're trying to milk the clock. You got a 10-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go, and you're you just got the ball. Like the shot clock's early. You don't need to throw a lob to someone. It's just unnecessary right there. We got to be smarter as a junior point guard.
Yeah. So were there any play? Like I was keeping up through the score, it seemed like the game started out like it did last game. I think it was like one point they were up 22 to 10. So they had a big lead, but then I guess they let UCF back in. Like Boogie got off to a fast start, just like he did last time. So how did that first 10 minutes look?
Well, the key to me was the Tigers only had 2 turnovers in that first 10 minutes. And we know that they've been shooting the ball well, even though they didn't shoot the 3 ball well tonight. They still shot 50% from the field. So when they don't turn it over, they're a pretty solid team. Right. And only 2 turnovers in 10 minutes for that team is like a huge stepping stone, I feel like. DJ hit a 3 as soon as he came in the game. Most of the guys came in when it was 4-2. So the starting lineup didn't really get a whole lot of separation. And I think that was they came in just before the 16-minute mark. DJ hit a 3. UCF, honestly, I thought they took a lot of bad shots, and they're not going to win many games taking the shots that they take. They jack up a lot of threes. And maybe it's the Tigers defense. I've not watched UCF play anyone else. But, Musa, he had this dunk attempt from the free throw line, bro. And he got nowhere close. You remember when Marc Gasol tried to take off and fly one time?
Yeah.
It was similar to that.
No. Musa has his confidence that he can do everything he wants to on the court. And, brother, you cannot. You just cannot, my guy.
And you saying that, it makes me think late in the game, same thing as when Alo tried to throw the oop. DJ got the ball on the wing after a steal. Quick transition. He throws it back to the top of the key. Right at the top of the arc, but it's Musa that you're feeding, and you're expecting him. He's got to take one dribble from that point and go up and jam it home is the hope, but that's not happening with him. You can't do that late in the game, like right. So it's just those stage. Yeah, it's just those mental mistakes that I saw rear their heads again tonight. That going into the next game against ECU now looks a little bit tougher since they just beat Houston. Right. So you can't, I know we have beat them, but you can't have these mental mistakes, especially if now that Houston has 1 loss, the Tigers only have 3 losses in the conference. 2 games left against Houston. Oh, that is their second loss, right?
They lost to Tulsa.
So, that door is wide open.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking about that because I saw a tweet that was like, ECU beat Houston. Houston is totally beatable. And I'm like, you skipping over ECU. If ECU beat Houston, what makes you think ECU can't beat the Tigers? Like, this isn't the same ECU team that you played 2 weeks ago. They got their coach back, which makes a hell of a difference. And they got the players that missed the other game back. So, is that Friday, the game on Saturday?
Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday, that's gonna be a tough one. What you hope is that they can keep some of that focus, and they can look at it as understand, like, as bad as we thought this season was 2.5 weeks ago, everything that they want is still in front of them, and all they got to do is take care of business.
And that's what I said after the SMU loss. I was like, it's not over. We can still control this thing. I don't know if you saw it. I retweeted something Joe Lenardi posted. There was a Tigers fan who tweeted at him and said, if the Tigers go 10-3 the rest of the way, will they still have a chance at large bid? And he said yes. And I think most Tiger fans would have said 1 loss to Houston only, and that's your only hope at large bid. So kind of refreshing to hear, he's not always right, but hear a bracketologist say that it's not completely over for the Tigers if you lose the game.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna help though.
It ain't gonna, no, you don't want to lose any. And I mean, you want to beat Houston at least once, and I fear that this might also refocus Houston. So to the point to where everything that they want to do, they can, I guess they say they took them off the number 1 seed and they lose anymore. It take them off the number 2 line in the big tournament, in the NCAA tournament. So, but back to this game, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here, and it is terrible. Like, both teams shot to 3 terribly. That's 4 for 23 and 3 of 13. So that's 7 of 36 from 3. That was for both teams. That's terrible to watch.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't gotta tell me. What did I text you? I was like, my fucking eyes are bleeding. It was ugly.
So I'm looking. Let's go to the box score and see. Well, they had 18 turnovers.
Yeah,
18
so
turnovers, 13
so
assists.
if you do the math on those turnovers, they had 2 in the first 10 minutes, so they have 16 the final 30 minutes of the game. Uh, can't have that going up against good teams.
No, you can't do that. They didn't foul that much. 16 fouls. That's not too bad. Out rebounded them by 6. They got 12 offensive rebounds, which is good.
But they gave up 12 too.
They gave up 12. You would have wished for a better shooting at the free throw line, but 16 to 22.
Yeah, they got there a lot. They were attacking, obviously aided by some, late game foul calls. But yeah, I thought DJ did a better job tonight. He was slashing a little more, and I think that is probably what he is better at than him catching the ball, expecting to go one-on-one or play in the pick and roll. I think if he embraces being a slasher in the traditional sense of that term of basketball player, I think he can really turn his season around and hopefully his career around. Not saying he can't be that one-on-one guy, but he's not right now.
So I see that Boogie finished with 9, and he had those 9 in the first half. Did he just not play well the rest of the game, or was he in and out of the game? What was up with that?
Yeah, I didn't really notice. Like nothing stuck out. It wasn't like, oh man, Boogie Slaw in the second half or anything like that. But I think it's just more of that's who he is, kind of streaky guy.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, that offense of the first unit needs an injection of someone that can score. You have Landers, but teams are going to focus on him. So if Boogie can come out and get hot and give you 6 points in the first 6-7 minutes, you'll take that. And I think that's probably why Penny has him in the starting lineup over Alo.
Yeah.
And it's starting to make a little sense.
Well, like we said in the earlier shows, man, you want to have as many threats on the court as possible. And up until about 2.5 weeks ago, Alo just wasn't an offensive threat. So the defenses didn't respect him, so they could sag off of him and maybe double Musa or pay more attention to Landers. But now if you got Boogie starting, and like ECU's coach is telling his players, we can't let Boogie get off to a fast start. He started with 10 points in the first 10 minutes of these last 2 games. He's looking to get a fast start. We can't let him do that. We got to control him these first 10 minutes, and then we can see what happens after that. Landers ain't scared about shooting. He ain't shy about shooting. When he get the ball, he gonna shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think teams know that. I think some teams know that too. So I've been looking at the numbers, and Landers is a turnover machine. He has about 4 turnovers a game.
Yeah, he consistently, and some of it is the travels and things like that. So it's not ideal that a non-point guard leads your team in turnovers. But fortunately, while he's been turning it over 4 or 5 times a game, he's also been giving you 18. So
right, making up for it. See, Lester was 1 for 5. Anything did he stand out in any way?
No, not at all. and that's kind of sad because, I mean, obviously the defense was great all around once again. We're kind of overlooking that now. We're taking it for granted that what they do on a nightly basis, 61 points, that's pretty damn good.
Yes.
So I'll take that all day. And, I know Lester is a key part of the defensive unit. But I still just think he needs to be getting 4 or 5 threes a game.
I think so too. I think he needs to get as many threes as he wants, not as many threes as he wants, but you want to give him a couple corner threes a game, just so once again, once he makes 1 or 2, or once he gets in the rhythm, he's a threat. He's not like teams going to have to respect the fact that he can take and make those threes. So that opens it up for Landers, that opens it up for Boogie, that opens it up for Musa to be more aggressive than they are. I mean, like I said, Lester's one of the most, if not the most, consistent 2-way player on this team. and you can see why Penny has so much trust in him to leave him out there. So he should kind of reward him by letting him play and get some more shots up. But maybe, who knows, man? These kids, he might not even want to shoot the ball. Who knows what he's going to do?
I mean, I do appreciate his unselfishness. So take that for what it's worth, I guess. my boy Jaden can't buy a bucket. He got one. He ended up with 3 points tonight and one from the field. But man, you know how every time I don't even know, but sometimes there's guys, every time they shoot it, you think it's going in, like Desmond Bain.
Yeah.
Not the case with Jaden anymore. Man, you know, I ride for him, but
I think we might have used up everything in Jaden's tank. I think those starts, he only had a certain amount of made buckets for this season, and we might have exceeded those already. That's a joke. But
him and Lester taking the same amount of shots, you know, so
right.
And Lester's playing double the minutes, 22 minutes to 11. So it's just would like to see Lester get more involved. And I'm fine with Jaden missing shots. I think he plays the right way. All the facets of the game. So I'll never be mad at him for shooting open shots.
If he's in the position again, he's going to make a big shot for you at some point. Maybe not like a game-winning shot, but a shot to continue a run or a shot to stop a run from the other team. Just because he's like that. And I think that maybe, I don't want to say his confidence was shaken a little bit because I don't know by him being taken out the star lineup, but you know, that stuff matters to some people. Starting and things matters to some people. So who knows how that's affected him.
Well, I mean, all he hears all day, except when he's with his teammates, probably is just people talking about, "Oh, Jaden shouldn't start. Jaden's trash," and he's not trash. Like he's a solid college basketball player. So it can't be easy mentally for him.
Who has a father who is his coach and just happens to be one of the best basketball players from the college where he currently plays and from the city where he currently is, and was multiple time All-Star in the NBA. So it ain't easy. It ain't
quite
easy.
The shadow.
Right. And is he and he's wearing number 1, right? Is he wearing 1?
Well, he was 25. He switched to 1. 25's in the rafters.
Yeah, Penny should never let Jaden wear 25. You don't besmirch the legacy of 25. But anyway, was there anybody I saw? So UCF was down big, cut it to 8.5. And I got 7 to 7.5, and then got it as close to 4 in the second half. But Memphis kind of righted the ship and pulled away. Was there anything special that UCF did to get them back in the game, or was it just a combination of bad decisions by Memphis?
Well, they hit a couple shots and they stopped turning the ball over. Those offensive rebounds definitely helped them. But yeah, they never got it more closer than 4. I think it was like 15 minutes left. They got it within 4, and then DeAndre Williams hits a 3, which was his first bucket of the game at the time. And then basically UCF had 5 turnovers in a 3-minute and 30-second span, and the Tigers went on a 13-2 run to break it back open. There was another time before that run that they had brought it within 4, and then I believe Alo made a bucket. He's starting to shoot the pull up a little bit, knocking it down. He does have that confidence, definitely, from seeing a couple threes go down. So hopefully that can continue. But yeah, UCF, they just didn't suck there for a little while.
Yeah.
You know, my boy CJ Walker got a couple buckets.
I saw that. Was he talking shit?
I didn't notice it. He did have a nice dunk. But at one point I was like, man, CJ Walker could be playing Jaden's minutes.
Imagine CJ on this team. It's like, okay, that's cool. Who's the coach? Is Dawkins still the coach at UCF?
Yeah, Johnny Dawkins. Isn't that right? Yeah. Because his son played for him when they almost beat Duke. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Should have beat Duke.
He's had some good teams down at UCF.
And that's why I was surprised. Just they didn't play good basketball, I didn't think, for 2 games outside of that little stretch where they cut it to 4. So I was really surprised by that. Maybe it's just, maybe they have people out. I'm not sure. But they just didn't look like a well-coached team, which I know is not true.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, and I think the COVID-ness of this season just really rears its head. And I think I heard on the radio like they've been in Memphis. They've been away from home for almost a week now. And then they're playing in Tulsa like on Friday. So they've been in Memphis since Sunday night because they played on Monday. And now they leave Memphis to go to Tulsa. Like those kids are gonna be like, man, get me back to Florida. It's cold in these places. Get me back to the sunshine of Florida, dog. But are you done with this game? Anything other than you just happy with the win? Hey man, a dub is a dub. Is a dub is a dub.
Yeah, I mean you're 11-6 and 7-3 in the conference. After the start you had, you'll definitely take that.
Yep. So before we move on to other topics, let's go through it. Since I don't have anything for this, who is your player of the game?
There's only one answer tonight, and that's Landers Nolly. 18 and 10, got a rebound late to secure the double-double. Just continues to bring it every night, 50% from the field, getting to the line. But we got to cut those turnovers out. But you're still a player of the game, Landers.
Got to cut them down. Okay, all right. And the bum of the game. Who you giving the bum of the game
to? I didn't really – I'm going CJ Walker again. You spurned us for Oregon. Now you're at UCF and just got your butt whooped twice, CJ. Come on, man. Make better life decisions.
Got bumped. That's what we used to say back in the day. Yeah, man. Get out of here, CJ. And your play of the game.
Alo had a nifty little no-look dime to DJ cutting on the baseline. DJ laid it up for 2. So that's my play of the game.
Okay. And the final – well, before that, how are the announcers? Was it like the ESPN Plus announcers?
It's Wolo.
Oh, okay. Oh, they use the local people.
Yeah. In some cases they do, I think, especially during COVID now. So
good. Because sometimes, man, you be hit and miss with them commentators sometimes.
Yeah, there was a game not too long ago when I was getting a bunch of text messages about the broadcasters. So
and we ain't talking about Dan Doggett.
No, yeah.
And the last one, did Jamal win some money tonight? I did win some money.
Let's go.
Bet on them to cover the spread. The spread was 11.5 when I bet on it. And they got to that. So just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I figured it wouldn't be as big of a blowout as it was the other night, but I didn't think they would have an issue with the team. The over-under was 136.5, and they ended up at 136. So tough going for those that bet the under right there. But they bet the over. I'm sorry. You should have never bet the under in this game. They combined for like 160 last game. You should have just bet the over anyway. The 136, they would have got it. But yeah, I won a little bit of money. And I had them in the parlay. The parlay didn't hit because VCU only beat Rhode Island by 1 point instead of 2. So the parlay was thrown out the window, but I did win some money on Memphis straight up.
Dang, man, you got to hit the money line parlays, bro.
The money line parlays you just got to put up so much money to get something back on the money line parlays. You know what I'm saying? And I got to keep $5 in my pocket because I said that if the Tigers had less than 15 turnovers, I would give one of the viewers or listeners to this show $5. They just had to listen to the show, and I was going to do something special to make sure they like DM me or do whatever. But since they had 18 turnovers, I get to keep my money. So I live to bet another day. And maybe I can just put that $5 on ESPN Plus so I'm not seeing the game no more.
Yeah, man. Well, I think that wraps it up on the Tigers, man. Anything else you want to hit on?
I think so they got ECU next. ECU's gonna be coming in with a bunch of confidence after just beating Houston. And we'll see what they can do. They, like you talked about, their shooting percentage, shot over 50% from as a total, but the 3-point percentage came down, which was fine. They weren't going to shoot 40% every game from 3. But you would like to see them shoot a little bit better on Saturday. It's another home game. So for the 75 fans that's in there, they get to, be as loud, as rowdy as they want to be. Hopefully we don't have any courtside Karens out there talking shit to people. So
she's not a gold digger.
She's not a gold digger. And her husband is obsessed with LeBron. Did you see the fact that like he's been tweeting and like Instagramming about LeBron for years since LeBron played for Cleveland?
His big ass almost set on my phone and wallet.
Yeah. Get out of here, bro. Anyway, so Saturday becomes another big game. The Tigers are gonna be favored. They might even be a double. I don't know. I don't think they'll be a double-digit favorite. They might be a 7.
It'll be close. I mean, ECU is 2-6 in the conference. They had lost to Tulsa, which the Tigers did to UCF and Memphis before this game. They were actually on a 5-game losing skid with 2 games canceled in there before the Houston win. So to say that the win against Houston was an upset is an understatement.
Houston was a 16-point favorite.
Sheesh.
They were a 16-point favorite. And something told me, because I was actually going to put that game in the parlay too. But I was like, no, I don't like them big lines like that. That's why I don't bet on Gonzaga, because Gonzaga is always like a 25-point favorite in conference. And yeah, they'll win the game by 22, and that's a good game. But like, I bet on you to win by 25, bro.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting. Like the Tigers should handle business. And if they do, that's it sets them up pretty well, man. It sets them up pretty well.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I hope it continues. You like to, after the game's over, you'd like the fact that we didn't shoot well and we still won by 14. Hope we saved them for the next game or for Houston. So.
Right. And once again, man, we say it every game, and like you get those turnovers down. Like the fact that you can see the difference in the team when they're not turning the ball over and when they're turning the ball over. Like you said, 2 turnovers in the first 10 minutes and they're up by 12. Then you start turning the ball over and teams get closer and closer and closer and closer. And now, now the game is not as a blowout like it should have been.
Yeah. And, one positive, I guess, you think back to the SMU games, the Tigers only played 1 good half in both of those games.
Mm-hmm.
And then the UCF game where they beat them by 30 2 nights ago, they played a good game all around. Tonight they had basically one small, probably we'll call it 6-minute lapse, but they seem to be putting more quality minutes together.
Right. And that's what you want to see. Like every day getting better and better and making it hard for a self-proclaimed realist like me to talk shit about them. Cause I'm just waiting, but they are making it tough, but they cleaned up some of these turnovers and obviously the defense ain't going nowhere. And Steph shooting 50%. If they get that 3-point percentage up between 30 to 37, 30 to 35%, like we know they can do, and keep taking good shots, they're in good shape.
Yeah, I think so too, man. Anything else in the sports world going on?
Anything else in the sports world going on outside of that Super Bowl? So I guess we can talk about that closer to it. We got it.
Chiefs gonna kick their ass.
I don't know, man. I don't.
You betting on Tommy Trump?
I think I might bet on Tommy Trump just because who knows what's going to happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I also told Alex that I might not do any sides. I might just do all prop bets. Like I'm just might bet on the length of the national anthem or the coin toss or some other shit like that. Just to watch it. Can't have Super Bowl parties, so it's just gonna be me and her watching the Super Bowl together. She probably gonna be reading or something.
Shouldn't have Super Bowl parties. We're not here to tell y'all what to do, but just be respectful. Be
respectful, be responsible. If you have a Super Bowl party, wear your mask. But we ain't having one and we ain't going to one. So
same here.
We just gonna be kicking it. Anything in the NBA? The NBA is the NBA. We're gearing up. The Grizzlies play tomorrow. They catch the Rockets on the back-to-back. The Rockets played the Thunder tonight, so we'll see what they look like. Maybe Indiana blew the Grizzlies out last night, and they got blown out tonight by the Bucks. So
did they?
Yeah.
And no Oladipo tomorrow for the Rockets, so he's sitting out tomorrow. Maybe the Rockets are a great defensive team since James Harden left. They've led the league. Looking forward to it. I think we got a day off Friday.
Oh man, this 4 shows in 4 days. Y'all working us.
I think Saturday we got a double.
We got another double on Saturday. We'll take it. Ain't nothing too much wrong with that. Yeah, man. I think that's it. We got to 30. They got to 30 on the Tigers versus UCF double game that they blew them out twice. So we're gonna end it. We got another upset here. St. John's upsets number 3, Villanova.
Ooh, the Johnnies.
They
let's go, DJ Kennedy.
Oh, throwback. Anthony Mason Jr.
No, I only know DJ Kennedy because when I used to have to walk him around training camp.
My boy Mace was up there, St. John's legend. Well, oh no, you didn't go on that trip when we went to me and Tim went to New York for junior NBA.
No,
but junior NBA conference, and conference was done. We in New York hanging out. What a night. We go to this club, just hanging out by the bar. You know what I'm saying? I'm with some of my homies that live in New York that I went to college with. And out of nowhere, I just look up and Mace Jr., Anthony Mason Jr. just on the stage, like at the DJ booth. I'm like, of all the clubs in New York for me to go to tonight, I run into Mason Jr. Like bro, we went to middle school together, been friends all that time. Like, bro, I walk up like, Mace, what's up? You're like, Slim, what the hell are you doing here? Like, bro, I'm here, but I don't know who knew we were both gonna be here, dog. It was crazy.
We might need to bring him on the show one time.
Man, we could start getting some guests on here, man, and make it a little bit more fun. Maybe y'all get tired of hearing me and Mace break these things down, but you don't really get tired of me and Mace. We the best.
Of course not.
All right, Mace, let the people know where they can find you.
At Barnburner Slim on Twitter, on the Backdoor Cut Show in your podcast feed, at Mason Massey on Instagram.
You can find me at Nerdy McFly on the Twitters, on the Facebooks. You can catch me at the _kickback _podcast or at the Diamond in the Bluff Productions. That's our trivia. That's the big umbrella. Like I said, this is the Diamond in the Bluff Podcast Network. So you can catch me on there on IG, Instagram. What's my IG? The Kickback. Oh, I said that already. Anyway, the Twitter is the Kickback Pod, or Kickback 901. Just look for it. You got it. You'll see the logo. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will catch y'all tomorrow night as we talk about the Grizzlies and the Rockets. Y'all be easy.
Peace.